Hi everyone, and welcome back to our Google Chrome training. In this lesson, we're going to explore the toolbar. So just under the tabs of a Chrome browser, you'll find the toolbar. You have your back, forward, and reload buttons. Next to this is the address bar. Following that is the area of the toolbar we're really going to focus on. That includes your extensions, your pinned items, some audio controls, your Chrome profile, and then the three dots to access more settings. It's okay if you don't see all of these yet. We'll be adding some of these as we go. First up is extensions. Think of these as tools that add to the functionality of your Chrome browser. So these are like little upgrades. On the toolbar, click the puzzle icon. It will list out all of your extensions, and you can use the pin icon to toggle which extensions are visible on the toolbar versus hidden. From this puzzle extension icon, you can click Manage Extensions at the bottom. Now before we keep going, the other way to get to your extensions is to click the three dots in the top right corner, look for Extensions, and then select Manage Extensions. Both of those options open the extensions page with a list of all of your current extensions. From here, you can view the details of an extension, or you can remove the extension altogether from your Chrome profile. Using the blue toggle button, you can turn on or off that extension without fully removing it from your account. If you don't have any extensions, or if you're looking to add more extensions, you can access the Chrome Web Store on the left, or you can simply Google Chrome Web Store. Once you're in the Web Store, you will see categories such as Discover, Extensions, and Themes along the top. Click on Extensions if you're not already there. Use the navigation down the left or the center of the screen to find an extension that would be helpful for your line of work. It feels like there may just be an extension for everything. The other option is to use search in the top right corner. So for example, search for Google. Then pick from the list of extensions. You can read any additional information about this extension, and when you're ready, click Add in the top right corner. Follow any on-screen pop-ups that may appear. By default, the new extension is added, but not pinned to the toolbar. But you know how to fix that, right? On the toolbar, click on the puzzle icon, and then use the pin icon to pin or unpin that extension on your toolbar. Next, we're going to shift gears from extensions to pinned Chrome features. While I may have all of these pinned already, you can pick which ones work best for you, deciding to pin only the ones that you need. And remember, that may differ by Chrome profile. Also, when opening one of these features, a side panel will appear on the right, with the tab you were on still visible to the left. With this, you can expand the panel if needed for better viewing. And in the top right corner, you can pin or unpin this Chrome feature from the toolbar, and the X will close the side panel. So let's look at all 5 of these. First up are history groups to help you pick up where you left off on a particular topic. Click the 3 dots in the top right corner, select History, and then Grouped History. The recent history is grouped by topic and time. In some cases, a quick jump into a Google search is given. As you click on a link from history, it opens on the left with the side panel remaining open on the right. Along the top, you can search the history. Don't forget to pin or unpin and then close when you're done. Second is the reading list. You can click the 3 dots in the top right corner, go down to Bookmarks and Lists, and then select Reading List. And then you can select Show Reading List. Think of your reading list as an actionable to-do list of bookmarks. This allows you to add tabs, specifically things that you need to review or read, and as you click the check mark beside of an item, it moves down to things that you've read in the past, or the things that you haven't read and need to read at the top. You can use the X beside of an item on your reading list to remove it from that reading list. Third is a built-in Google search. So click the 3 dots in the top right corner and select Search this page with Google. The search side panel appears. I'm currently on the Simon Says It website, and it is giving me additional related searches that I could use. Also, because I am on the website, down at the bottom, it says more about this page. From at the top, I'm going to use the search to search for their YouTube page. Notice my original page is still open, but I have a separate window here with a smaller version of what would be a regular Google search. It's important to note that if I click anything from this list, such as their YouTube page, it will open on the left side of my screen. So this feature allows me to do a Google search while remaining on the current tab, and then I can then change my tabs if I find something that I was looking for. Fourth is reading mode. You know the routine. Click the three dots at the top right, go down to More Tools this time, and then select Reading Mode. Again, I'm still on the Simon Says It website. With reading mode, images are removed and formatting on text is removed to provide a more clear, easy to read, accessible text. Along the top, you can customize this reading text by changing the font type, the font size, turning off the display of links versus turning it on. You can change the color, along with line spacing and then letter spacing. The fifth and final pin is bookmarks, but we're going to actually look at that in depth in the next lesson. So on the toolbar, we covered extensions and then the current 5 Chrome features that can be pinned to the toolbar. One last thing here is the audio tool, which will only appear if you open a video or something with audio. This allows you to turn on or off live captions, such as a video or a podcast, or even when joining a web conference call, this will still work. When you turn on those live captions, you also have the option to have it auto-translated to a different language. This is great for those where English is not their first language and they would like to read the captions in their native language, or maybe when watching or listening to multimedia in a different language and translating it back to English so that you can follow along. One of my favorite options is the simple play versus pause buttons. If I'm on a different tab and I'm unable to find the tab that's making all of that sound or that music, I can use that pause button. Again, you only see this if the tab with video or audio is playing. We've talked a lot about this toolbar and we have clicked the 3 dots multiple times now, but do spend some additional time exploring the options and variety of Chrome features hidden down in this menu.
If you're not a subscriber, click down below to subscribe so you get notified about similar videos we upload. To see the full course that this video came from, click over there. And click over there to see more videos from Simon Says It.